All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Friday. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. We had a little day in the MLB. That's a 6-0 sweep. Beautiful, beautiful day. A little over 5 units of profit on those picks. So we'll recap those real quick. D-backs, Yankees over 9.5, sweat free. Taiwan Walker under 4.5 Ks, finished with 3, I think. Pretty sweat free. Red Sox Orioles over 9 runs, very sweat free. Nick Lodolo under 5.5 Ks. He finished at 4. Yankees race to 4. We hit that in the top or bottom of the first. That was stupid sweat free. Kyle Schwarber, 2+ bases. He finished with 6. So that was actually, I think, 4. I don't know. He hit a home run, so that cashed it for us. So nice little 6-0 sweep. Shout out to one of the guys in the Discord, hit a plus 7,500 home run parlay. So that was fantastic. Turned like $5 into 350-ish, something like that. So congratulations to him. All right, so let's get into these games and these plays. I've got 6 more best bets for you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on. 14-game MLB slate, blah. And we've got an interesting card here. We've got some serious weather issues today. We had beautiful weather yesterday. Today is the opposite. We've got cold. We've got wind. So it's a bit of a mess. Hopefully, whoever you guys are watching with your cappers, they're not talking about the weather in baseball. They are fake as hell. So it plays a massive part into this. So you have to be careful. White Sox and the Tigers. Jonathan Cannon going up against Jack Flaherty. Flaherty looked okay in his last start. Cannon's Cannon. I mean, he's just kind of a middle-of-the-road guy. He was 5-10 last year. Flaherty 13-7 with the Dodgers. A little bit different, although kind of came over late with the Dodgers. But back with the Tigers. This is a clear spot to take the Tigers. That said, we've got some weather issues. So definitely something that you've got to think about. But probably one of the easier ones. I mean, it's going to be 49 degrees. We got about an 8-mile-an-hour wind that's going to be blowing straight from the east. So it's going to be blowing from left field to right field. Not too bad. But I've got the Tigers in this one. I don't know if I'm comfortable taking run line with them. I mean, I won't say it's the only way to find value because we have them parlayed with another team. But yeah, good spot to take the Tigers. I just don't know if I want to take them run line. White Sox have been a little sneaky. Team total is over 2.5. Thought about pulling the trigger on that, but Tiger spot for me. Next game, Cardinals and the Red Sox. Walker Buehler going up against Erick Fedde. Fedde looked pretty good in his last outing. That said, I think it's a Boston spot. We're starting to see him kind of resurge a little bit, but am I going to pay minus 138 for the Red Sox? No, I'm not there with that level of trust in them yet. I still think this is somewhat of a tight game. What I like is Walker Buehler under 15.5 pitching outs. You can get that on FanDuel, best price. So that is the best bet for that game. I would lean Red Sox, but not going to put my money on it. Like I said, Fedder's been pitching pretty good. Cardinals kind of came out hot, in those first 2 series at home. Yeah, it's a tough one. You got the Cardinals at 4-2, Red Sox at 3-4. So, like I said, lean Red Sox, but not a game I feel fantastic about. Padres and the Cubs. Randy Vasquez Day going up against Shota Imanaga, the lefty. I thought Imanaga had an okay first start. Nothing that blew me away. Vasquez had a fantastic start. For Vasquez standards, he pitched phenomenally. So we're getting a nice plus 142 price. We're getting the Wrigley special in terms of weather and wind. So it's going to be about 47 degrees, and the wind's going to be blowing in, and it's going to be blowing straight in. In terms of, the amount of wind that we are going to get in this one, it's going to be about 7 to 9 miles an hour. So not crazy, but this ballpark is extremely receptive to wind. So anything blowing in is going to hold the ball up like crazy. And the weather's really not going to change much. It's going to be between 45 and 47. So it's going to be a rather cold day. you're getting good money to take the Padres here. Padres are 7-0. Cubs are 5-4. It's really hard for me to not want to take the Padres here. Randy Vasquez is the X factor here. So we've got an over-under of 7. I still kind of lean towards the over. I think they either hit 7 or they slightly go over. But yeah, I thought about taking Padres. You can get Padres +1 at -112 on DraftKings. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not going to fade a team that's 7-0. And this Cubs team, I'm just not convinced, man. That bullpen's still an issue for me. So once you get past Imanaga, it is downhill from there severely. So that is where I'm at with this game. Like I said, it's a Padres +1 or pass, in my opinion. All right, Blue Jays and the Mets. Meatball McGill on the mound going up against Kevin Gausman. Gausman, last year you took Gausman on the road. He was really good. Meatball McGill started off the season rough. Christian Scott got hurt. He came back up, pitched really, really well. Got to hand it to him. He pitched really good. Last outing, really good. I mean, that movement on his breaking ball is second to none. It is fantastic. And he's got the velo to blow it by guys. So to me, it's a Met spot. So Mets -130. I do like the Nerfy in this game. So I think there's a nice chance with the Nerfy. Wind's going to be blowing in between 7 and 9 miles an hour. Fairly warm day. Going to be about 63 degrees. It stays that way about between 61 and 63 degrees. Humidity is going to be fairly low, so the ball's not going to be flying. I would lean towards the under 7.5 in this game. So Mets and the under would be my 2 plays in that one. All right, next game, Athletics and the Rockies. Oh boy. Osvaldo Bido going up against Ryan Feltner. Feltner at home wasn't terrible. I mean, he was 3-10 last year, but pitching at Coors, fairly serviceable. It is going to be biting cold there today. It's going to be 37 degrees at first pitch, 36 degrees at the end of the game. So it is going to be very, very cold. Wind is going to be blowing in very hard, between 14 and 16 mile an hour winds blowing in from right center. So give me the under 9.5 in this game. Lean Athletics at -130. Yankees and the Pirates. Man, that Yankees bullpen, they better shore that shit up. Yankees offense just continues to just be ridiculously good. And Yankees versus Mitch Keller has been very good. Yankees hitting 400 off Mitch Keller. So no reason here not to back the Yankees. Am I comfortable doing the run line at plus money? Yeah, I mean, to some degree. I like Yankees first 5. Max Fried should find some success today. I mean, it's a lefty going up against the Pirates. Pirates have not hit lefties well whatsoever. I think they're 1 for 15 to start the season against lefties. A nice little stutter there. But yeah, 1 for 15 against lefties. I think Fried deals. Give me the Yankees here. We're gonna run it back. Yankees race to 4. Run that bet back from yesterday, and we're gonna do Yankees first 5 -0.5 a run. I think they just absolutely smack Mitch Keller all around the yard. I know Mitch Keller is better at home. That said, this Yankees lineup is ridiculously hot. So that's where I'm at with that game. Mariners and the Giants. Justin Verlander going up against Luis Felipe Castillo, which is a real pain in the ass when I'm updating my stats, because now we have 2 Luis Castillos on the Mariners. So that's a pain. But this is not the Luis Castillo you were thinking of. So this is a different one, which is why they threw the Felipe in there. Verlander, last game versus the Reds looked good. As said, it's the Reds, man. I kind of wanted to take his under 5.5 Ks, but he's playing the Mariners, who strike out a ridiculous amount of time. It's a Giants spot to me. Love the Nerfy here. So this is a Nerfy or Giants. I really can't get behind the Mariners in this spot. So that is where I'm at with that. Giants looked really good. 5-1 on the season. Just absolutely went down and smacked Houston. So I'm not going to fade them at their home park. Weather, wind is going to be blowing out a little bit. Decent day, about 66 degrees. So there should be some runs. I just don't know if I trust this Mariners offense. I mean, taking the over 7.5 is not terrible. But yeah, that's just a lot of games I'm not betting today. I'll be honest. It looks like I jumped ahead here. No, did I? No, we're good. Okay. Dodgers and the Phillies. Jesus Luzardo on the mound For the Phillies, the lefty, he looked okay in his first start with the Phillies, going up against Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Now, key note for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman was placed on the injured list, so no Freddie Freeman today. That said, I still like the Dodgers. Do I like them minus 148? No. This is a fade spot for me. It's going to be fairly warm, 64 degrees with a very light wind, and we get an over-under of 8. I do like runs to be scored here, so I would slight lean, like baby lean over the 8. I think the Dodgers probably win, but am I willing to take the Dodgers run line, which is the only way you can find value on the Dodgers this year against the Phillies? No, not really. But Dodgers have the better starting pitcher. They have the better offense. They have the better bullpen. So I really don't see an angle to get behind the Phillies other than the fact that they're at home. I wouldn't mind the Nerfy in this spot too. I mean, this is one. Jesus Luzardo was the Nerfy king in the last 2 years. I mean, this guy hasn't given up a lot of first inning runs. That said, the fact that he's got to face Mookie and Shohei and that Dodgers lineup in the first inning, not going to take it. But Dodgers are passed for me. All right, D-backs and the Nats. Brandon Pfaadt going up against Jake the Snake Irvin. It's Diamondbacks are passed for me in this spot. Minus 138 is not a terrible price. D-backs 4-3, Nats 1-5. Nats are 0-3 at home, so really haven't gotten the old dub yet at home. No reason to take them here. So I think this is a clear-cut game for the D-backs. I thought about taking the run line here at plus 120. Just don't trust this Nats team. That said, I mean, they've got a good lineup, but their pitch mix against Pfaadt's just not going to go well. They're hitting very poorly against the curveball, which, is a pitch that he throws every once in a while. Changeup, they're not hitting well 11% of the time. Slider, they're sucking. He throws that 27% of the time. They're not even hitting the fastball. So I just don't see a real avenue here to get behind the Nats. But that's just my opinion. So this is D-backs or nothing. Marlins and the Braves. Max Meyer on the mound going up against Spencer Schwellenbach. Schwelly looked good in his first start, which I expected him to. It's the Braves. Do I trust them to score? No. I know they scored a little bit of runs against the Dodgers, but I mean, this team's 0-7, which is freaking crazy. But at home, they're getting their first win today with Schwellenbach on the bump. I know the Marlins have been a sneaky team. They've been giving good teams a hard time, but that was at home. So on the road against Schwelly, I just don't see an avenue here. So I guess I'd feel I won't even say I feel okay. I mean, Braves, there's value taking the Braves minus 1.5. I just don't know if I trust them offensively. It's Braves money line, which we're going to pair it with the Tigers. So to get a little plus money play. All right, next game is going to be the Orioles and the Rangers, or Orioles and the Royals. Jesus. Dean Kramer going up against Seth Lugo. Two pitchers that aren't pitching too good. My issue here, we've got 50 degrees and we got the wind blowing in. It just instinctively give me the under 8.5. I mean, it's a massive wind. And I don't necessarily trust the Royals offense. And there was times where they were really hot at home, times where they were streaky. So this is O's money line or the under. The only two ways I see this going, but I do think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be 4-3, 5-3, somewhere in that mix, 5-4, somewhere in there. Next game, Rays and the Rangers. Zach Littell going up against Tyler Mahle. This one's pretty easy for me. I like taking Littell when they're at home. He was a monster in Tropicana, but you took him away from there. He became very hittable. I like Mahle's stuff. I think Mahle's able to deal today. So this is Rangers minus 125 for me. I've got this game slated out at about 4.5 to 3.5. So kind of falls within the under of that 8.5, but I like the Rangers on the money line here. Reds and the Brewers. Oh, my Reds. 27 innings now without scoring a run. That's been pretty brutal to go through. Nick Martinez on the bump going up against Tyler Alexander. Now, I love the Nerfy in this spot. Love it. Martinez, been fantastic pitching. I've been trying to hate on him. I've been trying to find reasons not to like him, but he's just been dealing. So, and that's been over the course of the past 12 months. So I'm just going to lean into it. I think he does a pretty good job today. Tyler Alexander's a lefty. I think he's able to stymie the Reds lineup, at least in the first inning or two. I don't know how long he's going to go. Typically, Tyler Alexander was a 2-3 innings guy, maybe 1-2 innings at times for the Rays. So I like the Nerfy in the spot, minus 130. Already locked it in. I think there's good value there. I would lean Reds. Believe it or not, I'm probably going to bet the Reds today because A, I'm a homer, and B, I'll be watching the game. So I need a little bit of action besides from the Nerfy. I think the Reds offensively bust out. The lefty scares me, but he won't be in there terribly long. I think Martinez is able to keep the score down, and the Reds win this. I like the under 8 as well. Yeah, it's a bit of a shit show with the Reds right now. Last game on the card, Cleveland Guardians and the Angels. Weather on the last game, by the way, it's in a dome, so we don't have to worry about it. Going to get good weather here in this game, in the Guardians-Angels game. It's going to be about 66 degrees, wind blowing out just a little bit, about 6 miles an hour. Gavin Williams on the bump. I'll be honest, I hated on Gavin Williams, and he performed last start. He actually did really well. Going up against Jose Soriano. Guy throws cheese, man. Soriano throws some cheese. I'm torn on this one. I think we're getting a Beatty line to take Cleveland at minus 115. I'm really kind of leaning Angels minus 105. I just don't know if this is a game I bet. I don't know if Cleveland's got to start scoring again. I mean, they're 2-4 on the season against an Angels team that's 4-2. That's one where records can be deceiving. You got to look at opponents as well. Cleveland coming off of getting swept by the Padres, going back on the road. It's a tricky spot here. And I got to sneeze. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so like I said, it's a decent spot to take the Angels at minus 105 at home, or maybe take them first 5. I think Soriano should be able to keep them at bay. When you get to that bullpen, I get a little nervous with the Angels, and then you go into the strength of Cleveland, which would be their bullpen. So if anything, if I'm going to take this, I would take the first 5 to get rid of the bullpen. Hope Gavin Williams has a bad day, and Soriano can deal, which I think he can. So that's how I would play that game. All right, let's get into our best bets. Get you guys on your way. Like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. It's absolutely free. Link is down below. We post plays, NHL, you name it. All kinds of great people in there. Love that community. All right, first play on the card today. We're going to take Tigers Braves, just put them together. Money line, plus 102. We're going to do Walker Buehler under 15.5 outs. He hasn't gone over this. He's gone over this in like one of his last 8 outings. So I think the Cardinals will still be a little pesky with him. So I like this spot. Give me the Reds and Brewers, Nerfy, minus 130. We're just going to do a half a unit on that one, just in case. Nerfies, I love them. I don't want to go hard on them. And then Yankees first 5 minus a half. Like I said, Yankees have dominated Mitch Keller, and Pirates are struggling against lefties. So 1 for the last 15 against lefties this season. Yankees race to 4, run that shit right back. They might hit that in the first inning again. And then last play on the card is going to be the A's and the Rockies under 9.5. Like I said, we got 36, 37 degree temperature, wind blowing in. Feltner is better at home than he is away. Osvaldo Bido not going to get rocked. So I think we're in a good spot here. Only thing I'm hoping is that neither of these bullpens collapse. Bullpens do scare me. Maybe look at a first 5 under as well if you wanted to, if you want to play it a little bit safer. So those are the plays, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully we have another great day. And I'll catch you in the next video, which will be the NBA video. So make sure you guys turn notification bells on. Peace.